Hello Lima, brought to you by Good Food Restaurant, home of Happy Days, Beer Barrel, and Old City Prime. Also by Mercy Health Partners, the Tomall family of dealerships, 318 Restaurant and Bar, Lima Pallet Company, and M&W Construction.
Hello Lima, welcome to another edition of Hello Lima, a community perspective. As you can see, we're not in the studio today, but where we are is in downtown Lima, a building that has, how would you say, a very important part to downtown Lima. We're located in Bradfield Community Center. Bradfield Community Center, back in 1931, was started when a committee got together and said, we have to establish programs for blacks with respect to recreation. Remember, segregation at that time didn't allow for commingling. So in 1931, Bradfield Center started a committee. 1938, Bradfield Association was started on Southwest Street in downtown Lima. And fast forward a few years later, because of the structural issues in the old building as well as a fire, we bring you Bradfield Community Center on College Street. Now, recreation centers have always had a history of being hard to sustain, being hard to manage. Bradfield Center is no exception, but we understand in Lima the importance of this institution. So today we're going to talk about how we as a community, as we as residents in Lima can help maintain Bradfield's presence in downtown Lima. Today we're joined with no other than board members. One of them is Robin Frazier, long-term board member, as well as the interim director. And we're also joined with Jesse Pope, long-term board member, as well as an advocate in downtown Lima with regard to institutions maintaining themselves and part of our, what we call historical presence. So it's certainly, as we join here, we'd like to say, welcome, Robin, Jesse.
Thank you.
And we are going to talk about, an institution, and if I can, Robin, I'd like to start with Jesse. This is so important what we're going to talk about today. And Jesse, if I could you give me 2 words, if you could, that would sum up issues with Bradfield Center? If you were to succinct it into 2 words, what is the problem? And I'm using that word in the text of sustainability when it comes down to recreational centers like Bradfield.
The first one, Jerome, would be finances. Okay,
there's one.
And I can say the second one may be finances.
Okay, there's 2, and that's good though, Jesse, because you've been around a long time, and you've been a big advocate of Bradfield Center. And when people talk about Bradfield Center, and I'm gonna have you expand on, Robin, what Jesse's concerns are. Dr. Bradfield, man, he's a long-term physician in downtown Lima. Jesse, he was first African American physician in Lima that really moved into Lima to, what would you say, Robin, help black residents who did not have access to quality health care. He is a veteran. So this building itself, named after Dr. Bradfield, in and of itself should be something that we in Lima fight to maintain its presence. So I'm going to kick it to you, Robin, if I can use that terminology, and say, Jesse says financing. And I said, Jesse, give me 2 words that would describe the challenges of a rec center like Bradfield. Jesse gave me the 2 words, and both of them were finance, and the second one was finance. So
yeah, I can say that almost everything that we do is related to, do we have the funding to complete it, whether it's the programs, finding quality staff to sustain the programming. So everything would be related to our funding. One of the things that we've gotten away from is some of the youth programming, and those are the things that we're looking at now to bring those things back. So we have to be considerate of our funding as well.
Right. And I'm going to stop you there, Robin, because Lima's audience, the Hello Lima audience, is a really astute audience. It's sort of different than what we call mainstream media. We have a younger audience. We have a more diverse audience. I bet you that audience is saying, why talk about programs when you can't sustain the programs that you have? And I'm asking you, as wearing the interim hat, why do we, particularly with black institutions like HBCUs, like rec centers in urban cities like downtown Lima, why do we have trouble maintaining funding for these types of programs? Because you guys are doing programs. Why can't we keep the funding stream going?
Well, funding for programming is one thing, but you also have to have enough funding to maintain the facility. And that's where a lot of times you don't get the funding. You get the funding for the program itself, but not necessarily to help you pay the gas and the lights and the mortgage, those type of things. So that's the type of funding I think is on one hand that we're looking at.
That's an excellent twist, Robin, because you can fund programs. The question is, can you keep the utilities on? Can you keep the roof when it goes down? Can you keep the parking lot when it gets potholes? Right. Can you keep the structure in place? So having said that, Jesse, if I can come back to you, what's going to happen with regard to operational elements within Bradfield Center?
Well, Jerome, one of the issues that we have when I said finance and funding, within those words, there's a lot of actions that have to occur. Support has always been great for Bradfield over the years. From an operational standpoint, some of the strong supporters were some of the local corporations. The refinery has always been a very strong supporter. P&G was a strong supporter, and many other companies and small companies, right? Well, the issues in life have changed, and yes, we have lost some, but we still have some support. But when you say some of the operational aspects of a center like Bradfield, maybe we didn't have all of the funds that we needed for an operational standpoint, but we could always count on some assistance from the companies. And they would come in and take a look at some things. Write a check, and in some cases, some of their vendors or whatever may come in when they finish the job or whatever and say, okay, go over to Bradfield and spend a few hours over there and take care of some need.
Well, Robin, that's a good point. I don't know if anybody caught what Jesse said, and I want to ask you, Robin, you're wearing that hat now. You're wearing the interim director. So this Bradfield Center is sort of the foundation of Bradfield Center's volunteerism, which means people like you and Jesse just come in and don't have a dime coming into you that just say, this is important to me. Jesse mentioned on it, it's no longer a segregated building. It's no longer in place for blacks to have an opportunity to have the same equal opportunity for recreational activities. This is used by everybody in Lima. This is used by people from all walks of life, from all age demographics.
Absolutely.
Can we make sure that although its historical presence is important, everybody understands it's important for Bradfield to be here? Yes.
I from my background, I'm not from Lima. I've been here about 10 years now. And I grew up in a town very similar to Lima. And I remember growing up we had the Wilson's Boys Club.
Oh, okay.
And now, today, when I go back home, it's not there anymore. The building's there, it's boarded up, there's weeds in the parking lot. But I feel the importance of the legacy of the Bradfield Center to be able to say that this year we're going to celebrate 85 years in this community in Lima, Ohio.
85 years.
85 years.
Bradfield Center.
The Bradfield Center, we're still here. So it's important to me to maintain that, to keep the Bradfield legacy alive, to bring programming that's necessary for the community, and to do what we need to do. We're doing some different things than we've done in the past, but it's in efforts to keep the Bradfield alive and functioning.
Having said that, that's good info, and I don't mean to use these short words, Robin, because there's so much to get into in a short period of time. You mentioned the word legacy, and I think that hits home in people's heart. You're not from here, and you've come back and you've seen some place that you don't want to be boarded up, weeded up, like a lot of institutions like Bradfield. That's not what you want.
No, that's not what I want. And it's happening to community centers across the country. And I feel the significance of the Bradfield Center in this community. I have so many people that come up to me and tell me their stories about what they used to do at the Bradfield Center, the different things like that. And we want that for their kids, for their grandkids, to be able to know that the Bradfield Center is here.
That next generation.
The next generation.
That's good. We're going to take a quick break here. I hope you guys stick around. We've got some questions to ask you about not only the programs, but also what is going to happen in terms of the ask. How do we get involved as a community to help? So as we take a break here, come back and listen to some of the things that we're going to do program-wise for Bradfield Community Center.
You are the center of a universe. That's what we've learned in 160 years serving our community. Everybody means the world to someone. So when you're in here, or if someday you find yourself in here, and when all you can think about is the world that revolves around you, we'll be a world that revolves around you too. Mercy Health. Healthcare for the universe of you.
From early in the morning when the Happy Days stores open, turn the grills on, get the coffee turned on. Across town, the beer barrels, there's a lot of prep work that has to be done. Sauces being prepped on the stove. At Old City Prime, everything's from scratch. I think the culture in our company is that we care about our people. And in return, our people care about our customers. Thank you so much to all of our team that's worked for us, and thank you so much to all the communities that we're in for being such great customers.
We at Lima Pallet Company thank you, Lima. In 1977, we started a small family business, and today we continue to grow. Lima Pallet is a full-service pallet and crate provider. Every customer is unique, which is why we build pallets and crates to our customers' specific requirements. Because we have our own fleet of trucks, we're able to provide customers with on-time, same-day, and 24-hour emergency deliveries. Coming together is the beginning, keeping it together is progress, and working together is success. Let's continue to succeed.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Tom All for all your foreign and domestic vehicles.
Our goal is to give you such good service at such a low price that it'll knock your socks off. Our technicians have years of experience working on all types of vehicles.
Whether your car needs brakes, transmission, or engine work, diagnostic report, body work, paint repair, just routine maintenance, we can do it all.
We are a local family-owned business located on Downtown Road in Lima.
For quality work on your vehicle, take it to Tom.
Well, welcome back to Hello Lima. It's been a really interesting topic. If you haven't noticed, we're bringing this show from Bradfield Community Center. Robin, if I can go back to 85 years is what you're celebrating.
Yes, this July.
This July, 85 years of this structure and the historical importance of what it is in the community. So we talked about financing, Jesse. You brought up the fact that it takes operational costs to run institutions like this, and I'm using that in a nice verbiage. What programs are coming in, Robin? You guys seem to be doing so much with
Yes.
after school, and
Yes.
the community needs to hear this.
Yes, we have our fitness classes, and therefore we have a lot of seniors that participate during the day, but we also have classes in the evening.
Robin, we come by here and that parking lot's full.
The parking lot is full. They're very popular classes. We just want people to move and really, you don't want to be stagnant. You don't want to waste away.
So you're doing exercise.
Yeah,
you're doing chair
exercise.
yoga, and it's open for
Yes,
everybody.
it's
and the
open
cost
for everyone. We do have a personal trainer on site now. That is
you really?
additional cost, but he works wonders with you.
And you're partnering with roads for some programs, aren't you, Robin?
We're partnering with Rhodes. We have a phlebotomy certification class that's going on right now. There's more classes to come in our partnership with Rhodes. We have a college readiness program. We meet on the first and third Saturdays, helping kids get prepared.
Kids get into college.
Even as young as 7th grade, just really putting together that plan. What do you want to do after high school? We have the My Brother's Keeper program, and that's a mentoring type program for young men.
And people use it all the time for event space, don't they, Robin?
Yes, we rent out the space. One of the services we offer is a repast package, and that has been one of our popular packages where people can come in and everything's
Robin,
set up.
Oh, man, Robin, I'm just so excited about all those new programs because some of them are just new. Some of them just started.
Brand new.
And Jesse, you, old school Jesse, as we like to say, this Bradfield sits right next to the park, and you've been an advocate of using the park space, and you've helped the golf outing. Are those still programs that look to be reinvigorated as the Red, White, and Boom is in Lima, and it comes to this?
Oh, well, yes. Bradfield has always been family-oriented.
Yes.
From the youth through. So programs have always been focused on the social, the moral, the cultural development, and that's key in the area.
Been part of the Black fabric for life, even though it's open to everybody now.
And that's right. And the location of Bradfield has always been strategic. The location here was established in 1949. So from there, it has been able to attract not just the local demographics around Bradfield,
but all over the region,
from south, east, and west.
And Justin, it was important to go back to what Robin said, that that Bradfield Center is going to be in its 85th anniversary in June, Robin, I guess, July. So knowing the fact that, and we opened it up talking about it, Robin, these types of rec centers are struggling all over the country.
Right.
Lima is not just, I think we look at it as a positive. Bradfield Center is still here. It's going to celebrate its 83rd anniversary in July, which means we as a community, if we can come together, Jesse, and continue to get the word out about what's going on in Bradfield Center, it's not a weakness. The strength and the culture of Bradfield Center is still surviving.
That's correct. And when you really focus on what strength this center had to allow it to go as long as it has, it's the support. It was the local citizens that got together and said there's a need.
The Dr. Daltons of the world.
1994, the largest campaign. Campaign pledges over $1 million in 1994. And so that allowed us to do the expansion.
And then you bring in people, and I'm going to ask you, Robin, when you bring in people like yourself to say, hey, I'm not from here, but I understand the importance. You're volunteering your time. You're spending, I've called you a couple of times and you're at Bradfield in your day job, and then you come here to help. Your heart is what should be part of what communities champion to keep this here.
Yes. I feel it's very important to this community to know that the Bradfield will always be here, always.
And people put the work in, and people
put the work in.
Isn't going to come.
We're trying to do a lot of new things in almost revitalizing the Bradfield Center.
Yeah,
we did get some funding through the state, and we're doing some capital improvement projects. We're looking for people to come in and help us with that.
With that. And what we're going to do here, and as I look around this building, I can remember from my old days how I grew up here in Bradfield Center. So it's a blessing that we're able to bring this show in this historical building. But we're also going to be able to come back after this commercial break and talk about, Robin, the ask. What is it we can actually do to help continue what I like to use your word, the legacy of Bradfield Community Center? Don't go away.
You are the center of a universe. That's what we've learned in 160 years serving our community. Everybody means the world to someone. So when you're in here, or if someday you find yourself in here, and when all you can think about is the world that revolves around you, we'll be a world that revolves around you too. Mercy Health. Healthcare for the universe of you.
From early in the morning when the Happy Days stores open, turn the grills on, get the coffee turned on. Across town, the beer barrels, there's a lot of prep work that has to be done. Sauces being prepped on the stove. At Old City Prime, everything's from scratch. I think the culture in our company is that we care about our people. And in return, our people care about our customers. Thank you so much to all of our team that's worked for us, and thank you so much to all the communities that we're in for being such great customers.
We at Lima Pallet Company thank you, Lima. In 1977, we started a small family business, and today we continue to grow. Lima Pallet is a full-service pallet and crate provider. Every customer is unique, which is why we build pallets and crates to our customers' specific requirements. Because we have our own fleet of trucks, we're able to provide customers with on-time, same-day, and 24-hour emergency deliveries. Coming together is the beginning, keeping it together is progress, and working together is success. Let's continue to succeed.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Tom All for all your foreign and domestic vehicles.
Our goal is to give you such good service at such a low price that it'll knock your socks off. Our technicians have years of experience working on all types of vehicles.
Whether your car needs brakes, transmission, or engine work, diagnostic report, body work, paint repair, just routine maintenance, we can do it all.
We were a local family-owned business located on Downtown Road in Lima.
For quality work on your vehicle, take it to Tom.
Welcome back to Hello Lima. Had a great talk about how we can maintain Bradfield Community Center, and what we're going to find out in this next few minutes is what we can do as a community to make sure that we do our part to keep Bradfield Community Center. We opened up the show seeing some of those pictures. We saw pictures of Dr. Bradfield, some old historical pictures of what, as you said, the fabric of our culture is sort of woven in this center. And we are hoping, though, Robin and Jesse, volunteer board members, that we as a community rally around to make sure Bradfield Center celebrates its 85th. Don't cut those years short, Robin. 85th anniversary, and we do it with a bang. Robin, what's the ask? How can we help? Well, and I have it on the screen too, yes. So we're showing it on the screen.
The first thing I would ask people is to get your membership, your annual membership. And
you don't even have to come down here.
You don't even have to come down. You can
it's
call
the right
us.
Thing to do.
Yeah, you can just.
The YWCA, YMCA is loaded with people who have memberships and never go into the building. We can do the same here.
I mean, I want you to come into the building,
yes.
But at the same time, your membership alone shows that you support the mission of the Bradfield Center. We also provide, we have small business memberships where smaller businesses can do a membership for $250, and then every month they can have meeting space here. So that's included in that membership. So that's another way that you can participate and come into the center and see what we have going on.
And we can make donations too,
yes,
Robin.
Make a donation. You can go to our website, www.bradfieldcommunitycenter.com.
Right.
We have a donate button on there.
Do you really?
Yes. And you can
just that easy.
Just that easy. You can donate through your PayPal account or use a credit card or debit card.
So, Robin, there's a number of different ways, and I think the community, as we're showing on the screen, may not know that. And I've been a long-term advocate for Bradfield, and that's a new one on me. You can join members. You have members' rates. I know we're showing them on the screen. Those rates, Robin, if I look at those rates, those are really reasonable rates.
Very reasonable, yes.
There's a lot of things you can do, a lot of activities you can do, Jesse, when you come into this Bradfield Center. So you're pushing those, right?
Absolutely. I just feel that sometimes we get busy in our lives.
Yes.
We get a little complacent sometimes, and we don't think that it's important. But it is very important to us at Bradfield to know that we are continuing our membership, that we're
Yes.
building the membership. We have a needs assessment to gauge what the community, wants here at the Bradfield Center. So we want people to participate in that, to tell us what type of activities and what type of events that you would
Yes.
like to have at Bradfield.
And we just aren't doing this justice. We're probably going to come back with another part 2 of this as you get closer to your anniversary. I can promise you Hello Lima will be there, and we'll be doing a broadcast in your anniversary. Part of that broadcast is letting the community know that the Bradfield Community Center, from a historical standpoint, is important, not only from a legacy standpoint, but as you heard Robin say, you want the next generation of kids who grew up in Lima, whose parents are from Lima, who still live and work in Lima, to say people worked hard for Bradfield Center to exist.
I want the people that grew up here to say, yes, that's the Bradfield I remember.
And that's the Bradfield that needs to be maintained.
Yes.
And remember, and I love the way Robin put it, it's what needs to happen with respect to maintaining
the legacy.
The legacy. I wanted her to say that because, Robin, you said it. I know we're running short on time here, but it's not cheap putting a roof on. It's not cheap maintaining restroom facilities. It's not cheap maintaining locker space and or
we want this to be a quality
when people come
facility for people to come in to meet the needs recreationally, educationally, socially, health and wellness, all of those elements this is what we were founded to be for our community. And so we want a quality facility to do that. So,
well, that is great. We're going to end it there, and you've got some great information from Robin, got great information from Jesse. Bless you both for your volunteer for this institution to maintain. And when we come back, we're going to close, but we wanted to make sure that we thank Robin Frazier, Jesse Pope for their time. Again, we'd like to thank Robin Frazier, Jesse Pope for joining us today. Important information, Bradfield Community Center will be celebrating its 85th anniversary in July. We expect everyone within the sound of this program to get involved, take advantage of those memberships, take advantage of those small business opportunities to join Bradfield Center and make sure that this legacy institution is maintained. And as always, please join us on our Facebook page, our social media platform, and past episodes on the Hello Lima YouTube. We'd love to hear back from you in terms of feedback. And as always, Hello Lima.
Hello Lima, brought to you by Good Food Restaurant, home of Happy Days, Beer Barrel, and Old City Prime. Also by Mercy Health Partners, the Tomaw family of dealerships, 318 Restaurant and Bar, Lima Pallet Company, and M&W Construction.